One thing I know is that when your body says it's time to stop, it will stop even if you try to keep going. And that's what I experienced right after the DC Planner Journal Con. Hence why it's taken me just a little bit longer to get this recap out, but I am here. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Vanessa Sachon. I am the journal advocate and founder of Her Journal Lounge. Welcome to the lounge. I am so thrilled to have sponsored the DC Planner Journal Con for the third year in a row. It was their fourth year of the con, but it is my third year participating as the exclusive lounge sponsor. And this year, we definitely elevated the space. It really came from at the end of last year. There were just conversations with the venue space about what we can and cannot use. And the founder of DC Planner Journal Con, Michelle, she suggested a couch. So we knew since last year we were going to purchase a couch. Cool. What are we going to do with this couch? And it really allowed me to tap into a creative space in a new way. I have done design work for, stationary items and have gotten to even dabble in creativity when it comes to fragrances with candles and things of that nature. And having grown up as a dancer since the age of 2 and made a career in dance administration at one point, this was kind of just a fun new way to get creative again. And so I knew that if we were going to bring in a couch, we really had to think a little differently about how we wanted to create this space. And so when you think couch, you think your living room. And from there, my wheels were turning. And so everything I do, whether it's any new product or even any new service, I am going to grab my pen and paper. Like Her Journal Lounge, journaling, it kind of tracks, right? And so I got my sketchbook out and just started thinking about what can this look like? How do we bring in living room elements? And then it was well, do we just bring in a living room? And at that moment it was all right, Vanessa, are we doing this or not? Go big or go home? And it really was a good challenge for me as an entrepreneur who has kind of been dibbling and dabbling for the last 10 years in different projects. Her Journal Lounge, we are in our second year, but for the last 10 years, I have tried to launch 2 other businesses, maybe even 3. And so really, this was an opportunity to really challenge myself to say, hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to be a resource for women? Do you want to put Her Journal Lounge on the map? Or do you just want to kind of slide under the radar, pop up here and there? And if we're going to show up, how are we going to show up? We want to show up authentically, of course, but we want to show up with excellence too as well. And so I really took this opportunity to build the momentum as we were getting ready to celebrate year 2, to get focused by starting with a theme, creating a theme, and knowing that the living room vibe and aesthetic is what we were going for. Living Well came to be, and that was the central point of everything moving forward. I got to tap into my production hat a little bit, and then it reminded me, I do have good friends who are in this space. I have one of my closest friends. She does production for her church, and she's constantly doing installations. So I tapped into her as a resource of inspiration, sharing ideas. She reminded me about Facebook Marketplace, and then that sent me down a whole spiral of ideas. Pinterest, she stayed true to the inspo for me, at least. It definitely takes a lot more getting through some ads and stuff. It's not Pinterest of old, that's for sure, but it was still a great resource of inspiration, really trying to bring in that living room aesthetic without breaking the bank. I mean, she cost. She definitely did cost. But I had a budget in mind. I'm still finalizing the books on that, but I think we've got pretty close, if not under budget. And the feedback and the response, I will say that those days leading up to this year's con, I was really like freaking out. Just straight up, I don't know. Like, what am I doing this for? Like, this don't even, like, it's not coming together the way that I want it to. I'm running out of time. I'm running out of steam and energy. And although I did better about asking for help this year, I did have 3 volunteers. My husband couldn't make it, so some of the heavy lifting with how we were doing this lounge, not only did I get a couch, I got 2 like sofa chairs. I brought in a bookshelf and table ends and all of once we committed to the living room theme, that was it. And so then I started freaking out about not having his support, but I was able to reach out to some of my close friends who said yes. I had a vision we have had the Affirm Her mirror, which is this opportunity just for people to write post-it notes and allow for women to stand in front of a mirror and see all these affirmations from their, journal and planner sisters and community. And I wanted to get a wooden board. I have a sorority sister who does like everything. Like, well, she's gonna be like, I don't do everything. She has renovated her whole bathroom by herself. She did her twins' nursery. I've seen some of her work, and I was like, I feel like you could do this. And she had never built a collapsible wall before, but she did this time, and it came out perfect, exactly what I wanted, so that we can expand the activations in the space too. I really wanted this year's lounge to not just be a space to come and sit, but there would be opportunity for activations. And so we did have the Affirm Her mirror, and now we've extended to our wall, which for this year it was about what's filling your cup, because that is truly what her journal lounge is about. We believe that you have to fill your cup first, and then whatever your overflow is, that's going to bless others. That's how you can show up for others better, and etc. And so I wanted to ask that question and let other people see what was filling the people around them, what were filling their cup. And that was a really great inspirational board in and of itself. And then I did tap into AI, right? Like, I know people are talking about AI and the good and the bad and all of that. And I definitely go back and forth, and depending on how and all this other stuff, but that's not what this video is about. I did, tap into, okay, this is what I'm trying to create, trying to like fine tune, make sure that it has a flow. And so that's where this idea of having, I knew I wanted to have zones, right? Like I knew I wanted to sell products this year. I did not sell any products last year. I sold products the first year. I didn't come with products the second year of doing the lounge. And then this year I wanted to bring back the products again. And so I knew I wanted to kind of zone out this space, and I talked that through with my friend, and then was able to tap into AI of like, okay, act like a customer and act like a registrant, and what would their experience be walking through each of those zones. And then that helped me just kind of finesse certain things to just kind of bring the full package together. And it really did come together. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show y'all, I did like a little like MCV Cribs kind of moment of like, walking through the space. And so I'm going to play that here. All right, we're at the DC Planner Journal Con. Excited to be here for the 3rd year in a row, and we've made some slight changes to the lounge this year, so I'm going to give you a tour. So right when you walk in, we are asking people to let us know what is filling your cup. It's important for her journal lounge. We truly believe that people should fill their cups first and then be an overflow. So time with Bestie, all of the time I had to craft and create, my planner community, I love it. I love it. Life in general, to be alive. Girl, self-love, self-travel, silence, peace, joy of friends, being with your sisters. I mean, we are oftentimes pouring from an empty cup, and that's not what we want. Her Journal Lounge is here to create space for you to fill your cup, rejuvenate, and then anything that you have left over is going to be a blessing to others. I promise you that. We have our station for people to put what's filling their cup, but we couldn't have a journal lounge here at DC Planner Journal Con without our Affirm her wall. So she back for the third year in a row, and we are filling up the space. And I tried to keep as many of the original Post-its. So some of these Post-its are from 3 years ago, and I just love to see the ways that we are affirming ourselves and each other. You are enough. I love you. You are wise. I am value. Yes, you are queen. May this be the beginning of your new era. Grace is yours. Your life is worth the work to be better. Yes, this part. You are more than capable. Look at yourself in the mirror and let her know you are a queen. You are loved. You are wise. You are all of the things. Love yourself. Okay. We did have a raffle earlier. We've given away to 2 amazing women, but to sign up for the email list so that you could stay in the know. And then we could do a little bit of shopping before we get to our journals. We've got new this year. We've got bookmarks. We still got our devoted collection. We've got tons of die cut stickers, which is new. This one was a popular one today. On her terms. And fill your cup was another popular one. Of course, anything that has DC Planner Journal Con was popular too. And then we're in our scents section. We have wax melts and candles. And new, our Living Well, to go with our theme for the lounge this year, is our Living Well notebook. It's a lined notebook. It's super soft, y'all. And all products are handmade and hand poured by yours truly. And then we also had our devoted sticker sets too as well. And something I'm super proud of is our shirts, new in the lounge, just journal shirts. And we have the matching bookmark. And definitely a notebook is coming soon, y'all. Trust and believe. And then we have this shirt that says, I came, I saw, I journaled. Fun times. Now we're ready to head into the lounge. This year was all about living well, being super cozy, and really wanting to feel like your living room was right here with you at the con. And I think we delivered. We had people who came in and journaled in the space, just hung out and chilled, met up with folks here in the space. And so this was so fun curating for you all. We have journal prompts throughout the space. So all the ladies in the place with journals and grace. So if you didn't have any idea what you wanted to journal about today, we make sure you're good to go. You don't have to think that hard here at her Journal Lounge. So we have journal prompts around the space, and it really has been just super fun to curate the space in a new way. And I'm looking forward to next year. For sure, year 5 for DC Planner Journal Con, and we did our gumball machine, which is super exciting. If you spend $30 or more, you get a free spin, and there is a 2027 registration up in here. So, where's she at? Oh no, I don't know. It could be right in the nook, ready for you to win a free con. Anywho, that was the tour. I hope you enjoyed. I feel like this was like giving MTV Cribs. I hope you enjoyed the lounge. And if you stop by, make sure that you tag her Journal Lounge in your pictures, your videos, all of the things. It's always a pleasure. Until next time. It was an absolute joy. I mean, for people who have been attending the DC Planner Journal Con for a couple of years now, maybe all 4 years. They were so complimentary. They were like, "Oh my gosh, I remember your lounge space. I remember the first year, and look at where it is now. And oh my gosh, you've elevated the space so much." And even people who were new to the space or this was their first time at the con, they were just like, oh, this is such a dope idea and space for us to come and chill. I was able to, on Friday, so day one, host a mini session. I will say that if there were any lessons learned, even though I did start much earlier, one lesson is if you think you could do it in X amount of time, add more time because there's never enough time. And two, I wish that I was a little more the word direct is coming. I don't know if direct is the word I want to use in this moment, but like there were challenges and I should have just gone with what I had planned to do versus waiting on certain things. So I think in hindsight, I only did one journaling session, mini session. I'm hoping that next year, not I'm hoping, I will be. Let's just go ahead and speak it into existence. Next year, I will be hosting more, but it was nice to have a couple of ladies come and join me in the lounge. We did a sound session. If you are a Sashan Designs OG, then you know what a sound session is. I'm definitely looking forward to bringing that back more consistently in the future. But I was able to do that, and that was hella dope. And definitely looking forward to doing more of those and not only activating the space around the lounge, but actually activating the space in the lounge. I had my regulars for sure who came through, journaled, and then of course some newbies who just needed a moment to themselves, and they came and they sat, decompressed, which was really dope. So anywho, I hope that everyone that attended the con, the workshops were on fire. I mean, the beach ball moment is always a great time. The vendors were amazing as per usual. And I really hope that if you haven't attended the DC Planner Journal Con, that you will put it on your calendar. We are back April 3rd, 2027. It's her 5th year, so you know she's going big, which means we're going big. And let me know if you attended the DC Planner Journal Con 2026. If you enjoyed the lounge and what your favorite part of even just the weekend was. And if you haven't, will you be attending in 2026? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please take a moment to do so. This is where we will do journal with me's. I will definitely be talking more about my entrepreneurial journey and building her journal lounge here in this space. So for my entrepreneurs out there, this will definitely be a great channel for you to consider as well. Just lifestyle things. Here at Her Journal Lounge, we are trying to help Black women create a freedom-rooted lifestyle, and doing that by way of journaling being the foundation, and the lifestyle being the evidence. So I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Uh-huh.